must be tired.
Tami?
Yeah, I'm tired for you. No, sir. Look here, I couldn't show the background of my yard here. Somebody just put up a little background for everybody because let me tell you, it's so pretty in this yard right now. Believe believe you me. And I'm so excited about these Zoom meetings because I have on this nice top, but I'm sitting down in my panty. And the kettle is going off. Welcome.
That's why I decided to wear a dress, because girl, let me tell you, and I knew I'd be getting up and it's the same thing, you know, the top professional, but the bottom.
It don't good. My poor sons every day, they're like, Mommy, your leg's supposed to be prickly. I'm like, get out of my life, my room. Don't talk about that around your dad. Please leave me alone.
Oh my gosh, the exhaustion of the day to day at home is so for real. Tami, guys, let me tell you, Tami is like my so for real, authentic to the bone soul sister from another mother.
Ditto.
Like amazing, right? I mean, literally, me and Tami can literally sit down and chat for days.
Yeah,
like
it's
real
true.
talk.
I hope y'all got a couple hours because we gonna be here tonight.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, big thank you to everybody who's here right now and showing up. I've been here with you this whole time, and what an epic anniversary indeed, my friend. I'm so proud of you.
It really has been just a wonderful sharing, and yes, Shawnee, we will give you credit for this coupling.
It's true. Shawnee is the reason. God bless you, Shawnee.
A lot of what has been shared tonight has just been personal stories of overcoming, and I mean, the realness had a lot of first time shares, you know, because I think that people are so accustomed to, especially the group of women that I have, are so accustomed to being on and to you know, to working this space, you know. A lot of times they don't have the opportunity to share from that very vulnerable place, you know, and to talk about the challenges, because, and a lot of it too is the communities that we serve. They kind of expect you to show up for them, you know. And so I really wanted to use this space as an opportunity to say, hey, we're normal, just like y'all. All of we in a pandemic storm together. And what we want to share with you is how you can actually manage your energy, manage yourself. What are the tools that you pull on to get beyond whatever it is that's going on? And I've been asking persons to share their own personal story of overcoming. They can pick anything from a time of pop-downedness where you didn't think, you know, like, when is this gonna end? Oh my gosh, how am I gonna get through it? And how it happened for you. How did you make it through?
I mean, you know, we're all learning right now. You know, I mean, I feel like we've all hit this humongous learning curve with this pandemic, especially. None of us have ever gone through a pandemic like this, you know. I mean, nobody. I mean, it's kind of softened me towards, you know, governments, schools. Like, I'm like,
oh gosh.
Yeah, we ain't done this before, so we gonna have to see how it goes. And the same has happened personally. You know, at first I was like, okay, I am going to meditate my way through this. I am going to you guys can't touch me. I am ready for a pandemic. And then, you know, I'm not ready.
It's nobody ever prepare for the pandemic. It's not like I was saying earlier, it's not like say you wake up and you're like, you know, today I'm gonna make my pandemic checklist just in case the world shuts down.
Not a joke. It's something we're kind of taught to do, because it's unlike crisis that you hit up normally. It's unlike, you know, stumbling blocks. It's unlike, you know, obstacles you might reach. This is like something that is affecting the whole world. So it has a whole different weight to it, just by the mere fact that it is affecting the whole world. And that carries a weight that sometimes feels unbearable. When was the last time you had a conversation without talking about this? You know what I mean? I do a radio show every day. And I find it hard
you're not trying to talk
to
about
bob and
corona,
weave around.
you're not trying to talk about it. Honest to God.
Let me tell you,
I'm
I
so
just have
tired.
like, oh Lord, have I frozen? If me never believe it before, may I tell you now, nobody on my internet, may I tell you.
Somebody from the internet?
I'm telling you, I'm taking it to the river and I'm gonna get it washed off. I upgrade the phone, I upgrade the internet, I upgrade the app. I don't know what else to do.
They're trying to stop your greatness, but guess what? No Wi-Fi pop down, no COVID, none of that stuff can stop the greatness. None of that stuff can stop the greatness.
Lord. See
So
everybody coming back.
we were saying that, you know, we don't want to keep talking about the same thing over and over again.
And we have to be really careful about that, because I really believe in the idea of collective consciousness. I really believe in the idea that if we are, when we think on things and when we just constantly have that going in our brains, it's just really hard for us to get away from it. It's hard for it not to manifest in some way, shape, or form. And so kind of early on in this whole pandemic, I decided what my approach was going to be around it. And it has been one of, you know, I'm cautious, but I've been very light about it, because, you know, I have a lot of people at home. I'm the only person who really is at home. I go to work every day, and I've had to be light about it. And so when I find people coming at me who want to be about it, I'm like, okay, thank you. I have to go because it's a lot of work to keep myself energetic in a place, you know, and people don't give enough credit to protect our energy, you know. And so this has been a real test of that for me, keeping it light in a time that wants me to, or in a time that feels like, you know. So no news every day for me. I sit on it, I go, I have a listen, I come off, you know. Unfortunately, Instagram became very inundated with news, and I had that back and only deposit and leave. And so I'm just trying to protect myself as best I can in that way, because I really believe in, like I said, the power of that collective consciousness and it being of a better outcome and not just the doom and gloom.
So talk to me, you know, something that you did that I thought was amazing, because you know, when we talked about, I think it was last year or year before last, and we were kind of talking about just your online brand and your online community service evolving. Like, how are you going to evolve your online space? And you know, I was like, my gosh, Tami, there's so many ways that you can do it, because you have so many people that are committed to, you know, your story and your message and all the different, you know, the things that you bring. I think you bring a lot of joy to people. There's a lot of realness that people connect with you around. And so we were talking like all of these things. You can do a membership club, and you can do a YouTube channel, and you can do a course, and you can do a this and a that. And you know, I mean, the other day when me see this story go up and it said YouTube, me said, no, my girl, bust the vlog, bust the YouTube. It's like, what is happening now is that we're finding that it's almost like our greatness. It's like life creates room for you to step into your power. Yes, I see your point. Yes. We're frozen again. There you go. Okay. Hop off and hop back on. Okay, guys, I just need to make sure before Tami hops back on that you can actually still hear me, because that's why I hopped on the last time. All right. You know something from Tami. Okay, so you can still hear me, which is good. All right. Add. All right, Tami's coming back right now. I will just go and reset the thing. We're not going to worry about nothing. We're just going to reset and keep the conversation bubbling. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Just with a delay. Can you, I can go ahead? So yes, I do believe that the world will make room even in a pandemic, especially in a pandemic. And you know, it's been such this new part, this YouTube piece that just was born out of being home. Something I've always wanted to do, but for whatever reason, now was the time. And you know, a lot of people would look on and be like, so yes, you know, what I don't know, it's something I've always wanted to do. And like I said, it just now was the time. And I'm a firm believer in that. I love to follow, as Elizabeth Gilbert says, I love to follow the breadcrumbs of my life. I'm not a massive planner. I'm not a massive, like, I see what I want. I know it's kind of hazy, if I'm honest. I see a bigger picture, but it's not a very clear big picture, if I'm very honest. And it's never been very clear for me. But that's just my story and my journey. And so my life has been about following breadcrumbs. My life has been about turning a quarter to the left to see where my curiosity leads. That's just been my story, and it's been a very powerful story, and a very interesting and a very satisfying life, you know, because I can say that it's been one hell of a fucking adventure. Oh, can I swear? It has.
Well,
And you know, so I admire people who really look ahead and see things and go after this and do that. I love that. But I think there also has to be room for women like myself who don't do it that way, but rich life, so to speak.
yes. Yes, no, and I'm so like just I'm very inspired by that too, Time, because I think I remember when we spoke that we actually talked about that a bit. We talked about the fact that, you know, I'm a blend of both. There are times when I am following the breadcrumbs, you know, like when I don't have an exact plan. And then there are other times where I am I'm following a plan. I mean, by trade, I'm a strategic planner. And so, I mean, look at us right now, you know, we have Wi-Fi happening and we're just going with it, you know, because it's not every time you're going to be able to have a plan, right? And the moment when you don't, you pull for a tool like the one Nicole offers and you get help with making a plan. And the other times when you don't have a plan, you do the Tami thing where you follow you have to be aware though. You have to be aware in order to follow the breadcrumbs. You have to pay attention, right? You can't just decide to follow the, you know, you're just gonna go with no plan and not be observing the messages that come to you.
Yes. And once you do get breadcrumbs, that's when you start to say, okay, what's next? How do I follow this to the next trail? You get what I'm saying? Because it's not that I'm living like, oh, willy-nilly, who cares? There's a tree growing out of my head. It looks like that. But it's a matter of letting life also unfold for me, which has been really gratifying. I couldn't have told you 10 years ago I'd be here doing this, you know what I mean? And I can't tell you where I'm going to be 10 years from now. I can only tell you how I'll probably want to be 10 years from now. And it has nothing to do with my career, which is also very interesting. I can tell you 10 years from now how I am doing emotionally, how my family looks, how I'm doing spiritually. Like, those are the things I'm definitely more certain of. What I'm doing as far as a career, no clue. We'll see.
And it's okay.
You know? And I'm okay with that. It might not be okay for everybody. And it might not be, you know, like I come from a family of 5, right? And I am the wandering leaf. Yeah, everybody else is pretty set in what they're doing, so it's not that we all have to be the same. I mean, it's not that my parents just raised these, you know, falling leaves. That's just who I am, you know. And
Yeah.
so I just kind of want to send a message out today to encourage a bit of that also for anybody who might be experiencing a bit of that wanderer and a bit of that looking for the next thing. A bit of breadcrumb trails leads to gingerbread
Oh,
houses, and always witches.
thank you for that. Thank you for that so much, Tammy. And I also want to actually point to something very important, even in that space of allowing yourself to find the path, right? Because we've been talking about being kind to yourself, because for many persons now in this, you know, issue of not being certain, there's a lot of uncertainty. You know, you have to be kind to yourself, and
Yeah.
and know that it's okay to not know. It's okay to be uncertain at times. You're not going to always know every single thing that is going to happen in your life and what you're going to do about it. And don't look at somebody else over there who is in chapter 20 of Freedom Life, and you over here in chapter 2 of yours, and think, I am less than, or I can't, because you're observing somebody else over there. You have to give yourself grace and
Yeah.
allow yourself to evolve, because I think that's what you've done so beautifully, is you've
Thank
allowed
you.
yourself to evolve. Yeah.
I'm all about the becoming. I'm all about the unbecoming. I'm all about the grace. I'm all about, you know, the unfolding. There's a part of me now, I guess after years of just wanting to see things turn out a certain way, XYZ, we're now at 30, almost 7. I feel this wonderful sense of, well, let's see, you know, and just kind of easing up on myself a lot, you know, and realizing that that doesn't make me a failure, and it doesn't um, make my life any less.
No.
Just sometimes see, I like this YouTube thing really quick because it's an idea 8 years ago. 8 years ago was not the right time. A year ago was not the right time, you know, and
Now is the time.
so sometimes seeds are sown in you that it's not necessarily ready. Exactly. Now is the time, and now
Yes.
is the time. You know that
Yes.
saying that says the best time to plant a tree was
Yes,
20 years ago?
absolutely. Know you're having the internet challenge and stuff. What I'm going to say is, what would you like me to offer persons? I have my books and I have my cards. I want persons from your community to be able to get a gift, right? Maybe a book and a card. I don't know. But what do you think they should get?
Yes. The I think about it, just want to cry because I remember you and I sitting down just talking about it. And I remember the first day I got them, I said to you, Stacy, I'm holding your thought in my hands. I'm holding your dream in my hands. And that was just such a moment for me, and it was based on the intention that you had set. And so I think it's such a powerful thing, intentions. And I think that would be a lovely thing to offer to my community. I wish I had something on my own, but soon the time is coming.
That's okay. That's why you got friends, girl. You got
I
lots
have
to offer and share.
That's right. But those cards mean a lot to me. They sit at my desk where I go to every day, and I pull a card, as you know, all the time, and I'll send you a message going, look what I pulled, girl. Who there? They're the new tarot cards.
Girl.
But I think that would be awesome. And again, you know, just this idea of, you know, pull it all together. Everything you guys have heard from everybody today, pull all the parts that suit you together. Treat it like a massive pot of soup. Take what you want, leave out what you don't want, blend it all together, and make your own masterpiece, your own recipe, because it is yours. Dash yourself in it, and just, you know, be open to this life. We're here, and thank God.
Thank God. Yes,
So it might be the way
absolutely.
we thought it would be, but hey, you know what?
Absolutely.
We are here, and it means we're not done. So
Oh, that's so good. We are here and we're not
done.
done.
No, we're not.
Powerful words. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Tami, for joining. We're gonna
Thank you.
start out your internet and we're gonna do one of these.
You
Just
know, I'm so over my internet provider right now. I will not name them because I'm a gracious, kind woman. I'll spell it out in the comments. Um, but we're gonna figure it out. And thank you, Stacey, for creating this platform, for holding this space for everybody to just come and take their ingredients and apply it to their own pot. And I love you. I'm so proud of you. And here's to 10 more, my darling, 100 more,
yes,
right?
yes,
And
yes.
the next time we're gonna show up as holographs in people's houses, you know?
That's right. We'll be having a
Yeah.
whole red table talk inside of the
It'll be
house.
oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started, girl. Talk. And to everybody who is here right now with us, we feel so lucky and blessed. And thank you for showing up as well. And what a wonderful community you've created, and happy to be a part of it.
Thank you. Thank you, Tams. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Say
Thank you,
good
my
night to
darling.
the household from me. All right. And as she chose, I will definitely be donating a deck of cards. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go on my page, make sure you're following me, make sure you're following Tami, and put a comment about what you got from our session. And you may get chosen to receive a deck of cards. And we do it globally, no matter where you are. We're on Amazon and we are local. All right. So thanks so much, Tami. Take care. Bye. Love you, love you.
Bye, Stace. Enough love. Thank you, everyone.
All
Take care.
right.